Hello my friends, I completed another challenge for the Pink Camera Community's online crop, and this is the sketch challenge. This is the sketch that we're following. The sketch is from scrappysketches.blogspot.com and it's by Heather Waldron, and this is my layout, which is titled I Am Home. For this layout I'm using my Work It Wednesday kit, the kit that I created from my stash. I'm still working with that. I passed my 10 layouts. I said I was going to make 10 layouts, and I did, and this is number 11. So I'm very happy with the progress of that. So I'm using stuff from that kit. And again, I'm going to put everything in a playlist so you guys can check out all the videos for the Work It Wednesday and all the layouts. And I will do a layout share once I'm done. So what I'm doing here is I am using this photo, and I'll talk about the photo in just a minute. For this layout, on the left hand side going vertically on the page, there's a sort of like a chevron pattern. So I thought, hey, you know what, why not use these banners? And it gives it sort of the same effect, and I really like how that turned out. And anyway, I had those banners in my kit, and obviously the idea is to use them, so I thought that was perfect. And then I'm just going to start layering up some paper here to create the look from that sketch. So I'm trying to follow the sketch as best as I can in this case. So what I'm doing, looking for black so I can mat the photo in black. Now something I do end up doing is I do end up reprinting this photo in black and white. And the reason being, I was just not happy with the fact that there's like a dark area in the back. As you can see on the left hand side of the photo, it was really bothering me. And just because of the fact that the layout was going to be sort of light and airy and pretty, and then that dark spot back there, I didn't like it. So what I did is I have this photo on my computer. I just sent it to my phone, and then I was going to crop it so that it could just take out that black space in the back. But then I decided to just make it black and white, and I like how that turned out. It's always great to have a black and white photo because you can pretty much use any color. I mean, you can use any color either way, but it just it's kind of a neutral base for your layout. So the photo is a photo of my mom and my youngest son Ryan. This photo was taken when she came back home. She was at the hospital for almost a month. She had a massive heart attack, and she was at the hospital for almost a month. And she was the one that would take care of him before she had the heart attack, because I had to work. So she was the one that was taking care of him at the time. So obviously, for him, not seeing her, not knowing about her for a month was, I'm sure, was a little bit difficult. He was too little. He didn't talk then or anything. So, it was, well, he talked, but, just simple words. So I'm sure it was difficult for him. So this picture was right when we got home, and he gave her the biggest hug, and then they were just looking at each other, and they have this there's this face, when you look at someone, like when you're in love, that's how they're looking at each other, because they're so in love. He loves her so much. So I just love their faces in this picture. So that's what I'm doing now. I am just I wanted to, but that's not what I'm doing. I wanted to document that because it was a special moment, and of course it marks her coming home from such a difficult time, because it was really a difficult time. She was in there for almost a month, and thankfully she made it up, but it was very hard on us. So thankfully we have now passed that, and she's okay, and so yeah. So as you can see, I've just been layering papers. That gray piece of paper that I took from, that I placed behind the photo, is just an embossed piece of paper that I had in my stash. So I was just looking through my stash for something, and I just ran across it, and I said, hey, why not let me use that piece of paper, because it's just in my stash, and it's pretty, it's embossed, so it's a pretty piece of paper. And then again, I'm just layering, just creating those layers behind my photo, and just trying to follow the sketch as best as I could. And as you can see, I have I don't have a lot of paper left in this kit. It's pretty much, you know, used up. I mean, the majority of it. That I am 6x6 paper pad, I have killed, like seriously killed. It's really, I have scraps just left in there. So I think I had one sheet of paper, one full sheet of paper from that paper pad, which I used here. I think it was that pink one, or that blue one as well, which I used to mat the little fishtail banner, the yellow fishtail banner. But other than that, I didn't have anything else. And then the I am home title I got from just that little piece that you see on top of the photo. It's just a little pink cut apart that says I am, and then that little round one. Well, it wasn't round, it was square. I made it round. It says home. So I thought, you know what a perfect title that is. And I could have made the title bigger, or you know, but that was simple enough. And I mean, when we're looking back at this layout, I know exactly what it is, and I will journal. I don't journal all my layouts, as you guys may know if you guys watch my channel. And I hate journaling on my layouts just because I don't like how it looks when I with my handwriting. So, and I don't have bad handwriting, I just don't like it. So there I go. As you can see, I'm on my phone and I'm making that photo black and white. So that's what I'm doing, and then I just send it to my email, and then I print it from my computer at home. So that's what I did there, and then I'm just gonna print it in just a minute. So you'll see me go away for a few seconds, and then I'll come back and I'll have printed my photo. It was just really bothering me. I mean, you know, I really don't care to scrap like a bad photo or blurry photo. You know, if it's the only one I have, or you know, I don't care. Because it's just about that moment that you want to capture. But in this case, I you know, I had the photo in my computer. I could just click and reprint it. So, you know, I said, why not? Let me see if I can make this look a little bit better. So like I said, at first I was just gonna crop it and, you know, kind of focus on that, on the center of the photo. But then I decided to just make it black and white, and that was just better. And then I am gonna use a frame around the photo, so you're gonna see that I'm gonna kind of highlight the important part of that photo. And I did crop it a little bit, that's why it's a bit smaller now. So I'm using these pieces of scraps, and I'm just using my border punch, and I'm going to use that along the sides just for some interest, because I did you know, since it was smaller, because I cropped it, I had those spaces on the left and right. So just using my little border punch to add some interest there. So I think I'm pretty much done with my layering of paper. I'm just going to start embellishing. And then this frame, you take this this is that thin cardboard that I use, and I'm just cutting strips out of it, and then I'm going to place them behind my that little cardboard, that little chipboard frame, and that's just to pop it up and make it pop off the picture. You know, I didn't want it to be flat on the photo. So you're gonna see what I just cut that thin cardboard into little strips, and I'm placing two, you know, one on top of the other to give it more dimension, and then I am going to place it on the photo. And I could have placed it like that, and you know what, I'm looking at it now, and I probably should have, because I really like that at an angle like that. It looks cute, but oh well. There's no way I'm getting that frame up off that photo. But it's okay. I ended up putting it straight like that, and it looks just fine. But it would have looked cute angled. So I'm just going through bits and pieces in this kit, and I'm just trying to see what I want to use and what works. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I used those cork pieces. I used one of them to back the home. So that, and then I use this little flower. And I think that little flower cut apart says something about, I remember the little things are enjoying the little things. I think it says something like that. I don't have it in front of me. But I thought that was really perfect too. And you make me happy, of course, on top was very appropriate. And then now I'm going to make a little tag. That I just cut a piece of paper apart, and then I made that little tag there. Because the sketch does have a tag. So that's a great way to use up scraps too, guys. Like if you want to make a tag, or when you use a tag and you have scraps from the paper you're using, you know, what a better way to make a tag than with coordinating paper, you know. So that's a great way to use scraps. And then I'm using that little flower there. That little flower was actually, and then the I am, which is next to my punch on top, was actually in a pocket letter, which I came across the other day, and I said, oh, I'm using this collection, let me pull this out. So I had that flower sticker and I had the I am, which I haven't used yet, but I did pull it out. So that was not, because I don't have the sticker sheet for the I am collection, but that was in there, so I thought, perfect, let me just use that. And so that's what I did. And just embellishing again, just taking little bits of paper here and there, just because, like I said, I am literally down to scraps with this kit. So you know, I'm just taking little scraps here and there and just placing them in places where I think they look pretty, and then, you know, just kind of embellishing. So that's all I'm doing right now, and I really like how this layout turned out. I think it turned out really pretty. So, and then that frame was just bothering me that it was so white. I mean, it looks fine, but it was just, I just kept on going back to it and looking at it, and just like, you know, it was bothering me. So you're gonna see in just a minute or so, I'm going to actually use a gelato and paint the frame. Just a very hint, you know, very light pink is what I'm going to use on it. So you're going to see that in just a second. Just taking my little date stamp, and I'm just stamping with some of that teal chalk ink. So that's what I did there, and then I just did that on the little tag that I had in the little scraps, and then I'm just cutting it down and placing that. That was perfect there to put my date. And then there's that gelato. I'm just going to take it and just paint over the frame, and then just rub it with my finger, you know, just to, because I didn't want like a dark pink. I just wanted some kind of color on it. So that's what I did, and then just glued that down. So, and I was happy with that and how that looked. And that is it. These are some close-ups of my layout. If you guys have any questions or any comments, please leave them below. Be sure to check out the Pink Camera community for the online crop. It's a lot of fun. You guys can join in on the fun and get some layouts done. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye-bye.